Superb, should be good. Hello inflatable fans, hope you're all well. Back at Pocklington Canal, and I've just had to do a bit of a recce to check that I'm going to be able to get under the bridges because we had a lot of rain the previous weekend. It is currently mid-December as I record this, so this is the weekend after Storm Dara, and I knew the rivers in this area were in flood. The Derwent, you might have heard me go, yes, flooded, as I came over the bridge because I was quite thrilled with the fact that it was in flood, because I've been wanting to do this one in flood again because it cuts off the lock area where I like to set up camp. Planning on keeping in the boat. I've got a load of toys to play with, a couple of things that I've been sent to try out, want to get those used as well. But first of all, I've got to stab a boat. So you know that little red boat that I've stabbed several times and repaired? I'm going to use that as a mule boat, but I'm going to stab it first, do a couple of repairs. So I'll do a separate video on that, see how it fares up. Alright, let's get set up. Alright, that took some doing. I've got that much gear with me today because I've got so many toys to play with, including that little one, look. I'll show you what it's looking at now. Right, okay, firewood, front and back. It's just sat on there, it's not going to fall off. There's a pump, food bag, sleeping gear, camp gear, and then in there, that's all the toys. I'm going to mule it. Unfortunately, the e-fin isn't working because I was going to use that, so I'm going to have to do this the old-fashioned way. Hard work today. I wanted to be there earlier. Not going to happen, especially not towing that. So you've just seen some footage from that little boat. What do you think? I love it, it's great fun. Got it sat in there just at the minute, in front of me. I'll start the old timer because I am going to be intrigued as to how slow I'm going with all this weight. I'm low enough to be able to get under the bridges, I think, so I feel alright about that. I hope just hoping I can get under that next bridge because it's always a little bit lower than this one. Should be alright. I preferred this last time when I had the e-fin running. And I just sailed under. Oh, the wind's in my face. It's not strong though, thankfully. I mean, it is an absolutely glorious day. It was actually the sun I was hoping to capitalise on today, but I'm just a lot later than I wanted to be. The reason being is I've been sent a power station with a solar panel. That's in the mule boat at the moment. And what my plan was to burn the e-fin out in sport mode, get into the location, and then charge it up using the power station, and also use the power station to do other things as well, but also to see what solar we could get into it in winter in a bright sunny day. I can still set that up, of course. Do you know what, it doesn't feel too bad towing this. I'm moving along at about 2 miles an hour with this boat in tow, so it's not too hideous. You see over into that field there where it's all just water. And if I turn the camera around in that way, you might not be able to see it because of the sun, but all that's just water there. Yeah, a lot of flooding. Okay, so we've got that next low bridge coming up. Let's get there. Oh yeah, this one's going to be close. Shit, I'm going to have to really get down. Christ. I think that'll go under. Just check that. Oh Jesus. The mule boat will just go under, but I have to get right down here. ho. It's only just done it. So far, towing this boat, you can probably see it wobbling around a bit behind me. Not quite as bad as I thought. It actually sounds like I'm getting closer to these wind shots. See what I mean? I can actually hear beaters and dog handlers. So, the reason I bought this little boat is I thought, well, I've been really enjoying the drone. If you've watched my recent videos, you'll know that. And I thought, why not get a water drone? So that's what I've done. I bought this. What it is it's a fishing bait boat. And I thought I need something that's got like able to handle a camera, and that's supposed to be able to handle about a kilo and a half worth of fishing bait. Well, those cameras weigh a lot less, so I just thought I'd be able to use it to get some quite interesting or better angles, some interesting footage. So like now I'm sending it under that bridge. I'm drifting a bit while I concentrate, and then I can turn it round and see, because I've turned the lights on the boat, so I can see it's pointing at me now, right? And now I can paddle towards it and just adjust the direction of that little camera, the little boat, if I need to. So it's pointing at a bit of an angle at the minute, but I'm moving into shot. The only snag with it is that aerial's in the way, the transmitter aerial. But I think that just adds to the character, really, of what's going on, doesn't it? Let me know in the comments what you think about this idea, because I think it's great. I'm just going to move it. Meow, meow. Turn it around. There you go, can you see it? Right, send it up. Oh, no, not into the reeds, Carl, not into the reeds, idiot. Yeah, I love it. Don't crash it into me. Not quite mastered the art of control yet, but I'll get there. So like now, I could send it up here, and you can get a better idea of what I look like pulling this mule boat as I paddle past. It saves me getting out and setting a camera up on a bank and doing stuff like that, doesn't it? Not a bad idea, right? As I say, let me know in the comments what you think. Oh, I better retrieve it, hadn't I? Come on! Can you hear them? At the far side of that wetland, I can see the shooters. So I've done just over a mile in 43 minutes, which is a bit naff, but that's because I've been fanning around with the boat. I always know that when I reach this swing bridge, this disused swing bridge, I've not got far to go. All the way along here, this towpath is just underwater, just how I like it. Like I say, it means it cuts me off at my usual spot. The only people who I am likely to see, if at all, are the people who own the farm at the back. And they know me for their sins. Oh, it's coming in a bit cloudy. Looks like I've kind of missed the best part of the day. That sky does look quite spectacular, the cloud formation. Anyway, not far to go, just round this bend. The should start coming into view, the lock. There we go. Wow, I have never seen this before. the lock gates are open, and that means the level is, well, when I came over Hag Bridge and I said about the canal being flooded, then this is why, because this has been left to flow. Wow. But on the plus side, it makes for a lot easier get out here. Right, I've got everything out. This is where I'm going to park myself. Still got the tarp to set up there. What I have noticed is this floor in this boat has lost a lot of air. Now I have got the flex tail gear. This is really soft, look at that. And when I took this out, I could hear it hissing, but it's stopped now. And maybe this was why it was a bit flat last time I did this. I've got a valve removal kit tool with me, but it doesn't fit that valve. So when I get back, I think there must be a fault with the valve, so I'll just tighten that up. But yeah, lost quite a bit of air out of that. Yeah, very soft. Sheesh. Anyway, that's out of the water. Time to get some priorities sorted. It's all about the priorities, isn't it? And then what I'm going to do, once I've got my priorities sorted, is just send the drone up so I can show you just how isolated this area is. Priority. Sorted. Look at the size of that. Said no girl to me, ever. Look at that, it's huge. Right, after my last sleeping in the kayak trip here, I think you might remember that the kayak was longer than the tarp. I've bought a bigger tarp, specifically for this job actually. So this is a 5 metre by 3 metre tarp, and it fits bang on between those trees. I mean, look at that, it's alright, isn't it? So, happened to find this nice little bit of wood here to act as a centre post because I forgot my my poles, forgot my tarp for the ground sheet. What are you going to do? But I'll live. Right, let's get the bed set up. Right, so tonight's setup. I actually quite like the fact that the kayak fits completely under that tarp, totally sheltered. That's just a towel drying out that I use to dry off the boat before I put bedding in it. Do you remember me saying about the tubes being cold and I said I was going to put a fleece blanket over it? I have done. Don't think I'll need it though, because this is my Dutch Army setup, and the astute of you might have spotted there's a plug. Well, I'm going to cheat a bit tonight because I've got an electric blanket in there and I'm going to warm the sleeping bag up before I get in it. But Carl, how are you going to plug this in? What are you using? Yeah, I know. Right, I've been sent a power station by All Powers to try out, and it's one of the reasons why I wanted to get here early. I think I mentioned it earlier about the solar charging and all that. Not going to get a chance now. Yeah, I kind of got here a bit late. Not to worry, but this solar power station, which is in this box here, right, that'll power that electric blanket without any issue whatsoever. I have already charged this up, so I know it's got full beams at the moment. It's quite a nice bit of kit, to be honest. See that, look, it's got a little wireless thing on the top for wireless charging. Just got your phone on it once you've got it started. Yeah, that's it. It's got a light, 2 plug sockets, 2 USB sockets, 2 USB-Cs, and yeah, a 12 volt do flick. Yeah, it's a nice little bit of kit, so I'm going to warm the electric blanket up with that. somewhat unbelievably, me axing into this wood is splitting that up. Well, while the fire kind of gets going, and before it gets too dark, I think I've still got time to have a little play with one of my toys. I don't know whether you've noticed, but I've got a real yen for remote control stuff at the moment. So I've got this amphibious rock crawler to have a play with. Let's get it going. Ah, that's fun. It handles this dirt well. Better not let it get too close to the fire. Quite easy to control with one hand, so all it's really got is on-off throttle and left and right. It doesn't have any proportional aspects. It's either turning or it's not. But it is supposed to be amphibious, so let's give that a go. Better not take it out too far because I pack the boats away. So not exactly fast, not like the little boat I was playing with earlier, but it is moving through the water. Brilliant. So it's not one of those fast buggies. I might get one of those. I quite fancy one of those. But it's just a fun little trundler, isn't it? Ooh, let's see what it's like on those little steps then. See how it handles them. Oh, wrong way. Well, it doesn't matter about them, does it? I don't give a shit. Big turning circle. Do you know what? It's coping with that long grass alright. Oh, this is fun. So that's going nice. It is currently 15:58, so nearly 4 o'clock. I've been getting a bit more wood ready. I have got another bag of logs here, but it is only 4 o'clock and it's going to be dark very soon. The moon, you can just see the moon behind the trees there. So yeah, thought I'd better get a bit more wood ready, just in case. That's going nice, isn't it? Well, it is now 16:35 and it occurs to me that I haven't eaten much today. I think all I've had is like 2 or 3 little Lebkuchen and mini Stollen. Yeah, I haven't had much at all. So I'm gonna get something to eat. I'm hungry. I'm gonna do something very similar to what I did last time when I did this camp, because I did the teriyaki noodles, if you remember. I've got another teriyaki noodle. It's the same make, but it's actually one of those noodle pots. But I'm going to tip that into a pan of stewed steak again, because that was so good. I've also got some other stuff that I can eat if I get hungry later. In goes the dog food. I can hear the owl again. Can you hear it? I think I'm going to call this ready. Going to be a heathen again. I'm eating it out of the pan. Saves washing up. I mean, yeah, I'm not wrong when I say it looks like dog food, but it's going to taste alright. And it does. I needed that. Look at that. That is going lovely now. If you've ever experienced it before, you'll know there is just something quite magical about being sat next to, if you can get the words out, sat next to like a roaring campfire on a cold night. Quite magical. Well, I've got 2 logs left after this. I could burn those bits you can see down there, but they are a bit big considering that fire pit isn't stable. It's yeah, a bit dodgy with it having missing a leg. I've ordered another one anyway. So what I'm going to do once these logs are burnt out is turn the electric blanket on soon, then go to bed. I've got a Jack Reacher book with me. So yeah, I'm going to do a bit of reading. It's going to be lovely actually. So it's about 8:30, the fire's almost burnt out. It's done well, it's been going for about 5 hours. Not bad at all. I think I'm going to head over to the pit. So I've had the electric blanket running in the sleeping bag. And it's lovely and toasty and warm in here. Oh yeah, this is cosy in here. So I've got just about everything out from under there. Breakfast stuff over there, some stuff that I'm going to review there, do that in separate videos. Just wanted to show you this with the floor. Oh, before I do, slept really well in there last night. Slept a lot better than I did last time. Don't know whether it was the Dutch Army setup. It wasn't exactly cold last night. But yeah, there's definitely a fault with this Aqua Marina floor. I have a funny feeling it might be just a loose valve. But failing that, I will be taking this out at home and having a look at it, giving it a check over. And yeah, I'll probably do a video to see what I can find, let you know what I can find, what I found. But got my little pump here. So this little flex tail boat pump will inflate this to 1.5 psi. That'll be enough to get me back. This is the tarp I used last night, 3x5, Hyde Walker, got it on Amazon. I'll put a link in the comments and description. It seems decent enough. I really liked it. It's not gone into the bag as flat as it came out, but they never do they? But at least there's ample room for it to go in. It's time to cook some breakfast. I did run out of water, so I've been using this filter that I've been sent to filter some water direct from the canal. And yeah, time to make coffee and porridge. Everything cleared away. That's where I was pitched up between those 2 trees. The boats are both fully loaded. Fortunately, the wind is blowing that way. That is going to be behind me. I'm looking forward to this. Yeah, let's go. So I'm now on the long, gloomy paddle back. And I say long, it's only a couple of miles, as you know. So I'm going to head back. Not going to film any more on this video. I hope you've enjoyed what I do. If you do, you know what to do about liking, sharing, subscribing, etc, etc, etc. You take care of yourself. Probably get this done before Christmas, so have a very Merry Christmas. All the best. Cheerio. Alright, so I might have a bit more fun with the boat drone. I love this little thing. Look at that go! Great thing is, I can just set it to go and still paddle and then steer it. It does have an auto speed function, so it will just continue straight ahead for a bit. And now I can film myself coming through here. Granted, it's going to drift a little. You know what? I sometimes look at the daft things I do and think, you are mad, Carl. Oh, can you see the boat flinging around there? It's the wind catching it. It's a bit of a worry. It's pulling me around a bit, but thankfully we're nearly back. It's because that bloody solar panel's acting like a great sail in it. Yeah. Been worried it might tip over. I mean, it's not going to because all the weight's quite low, but I'm glad we're nearly back. Yeah, the wind's picked up a bit. We've only got this last bridge to do and a fisherman to navigate. I can see his floats in the water, but we'll be all right. Whew. Right, that really is it for now. Honest. Well, once we've got onto this bridge anyway. Right, turned into Melbourne Basin. And that's it. Cheerio!